Hi, this is Ms. Youmans. I want to talk about two things today. The math placement test in your materials that you picked up from school and the plan for online summer work. All right, so you'll see this letter, and this is really important to read through. It's basically saying, hey, you want to be in geometry as a ninth grader? You got to take this test. If you're not sure whether you should be in geometry or algebra, then take this test. It is really quick and it will help us get a good picture of what class you should be in. It's super important not to get outside help. So let's look at the test. Okay, so you'll see at the top that we actually need you to sign telling us that you did not receive outside support from an individual, the internet, or a textbook. You need to do this with your own brain so that we put you in the correct class. You also see down at the bottom that we're asking you to have an adult in your household verify or confirm that you indeed did this by yourself. We also want you to keep track of when you start it, when you finish it, and how many minutes you spend on it. And then the last thing is we want you to keep track of whether or not you use a calculator. You will receive an email next week that has this form in it. If you don't have a personal email account, your parent will receive that email. So you open up this Google form. It works great on a phone. You don't have to have a laptop to do this. And you just tell us a little bit about yourself. This is also in Spanish. If you prefer to take the test in Spanish and fill out the form in Spanish, that's fine. You'll tell us a little bit more about your homework routines and getting help in math. And then you'll also tell us whether you own a calculator. We require all students for grades 9 through 12 to have a graphing calculator. So tell us whether you have that or not, and whether or not you used a calculator on the test. Your final step is to go back to the test and take a picture. So after you've completed the test, showing your work, super important to show your work, right? It's not enough to just write P equals blank. Don't do these problems in your head. Show us how you got there. The teachers that are grading this are actually really looking at the process that you used to get to your answers. So hover your phone over the whole page, okay? Don't worry about taking multiple shots, just one photo of the whole page. Your teachers will zoom in to grade it. And then go back to that form and click upload. If you cannot upload the photo for some reason, you can email it to this teacher, but we'd love you to try first a couple different ways of adding that picture of your test to this form. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me with questions or concerns about the math placement test. I'm happy to help you decide whether you need to take it or not, and if you have any trouble in completing it before June 8th, please reach out to me. The second thing is that you should be expecting a mailing, a real live mailing to your home address with instructions for how to activate your Cristo Rey email. You will receive that in mid-June, and we ask that you check your email at least once every week in July, because we'll be giving you more information about how to start summer online work. While we won't be meeting in person for our bridge cohorts, which is typically a 2-week in-person program, we will be starting to give you some things to do in the month of July. Those things will not be due until the first 2 weeks of August. So anyone who has trouble with electronic devices or Wi-Fi will work with you during July to get that all straightened out so that every student is ready to go with a workable device in August.